Lunch Hour.
We're going back in the home studio. Trey's back on, of course, and then we got our third roommate, Nick, off camera. You can't see him, obviously, but he's here. We told him to sit in for a little bit, but what's going on, guys? Good to be back in this home studio, I guess, and good to have Trey on. We really don't have like a set sort of like plan. We're just gonna come on here and just goof off and have
Goofing off, guys. We're just going to come here, goof off in the lunch hour.
do a little bit of banter. We got some stuff we're gonna talk about.
A pre-spring break goof off.
Yeah. This is there's gonna be no episode next week because I'm gonna be out of town. I'm gonna be at Universal Studios with some friends on spring break.
So I will be overtaking the show.
No, he won't. Unless if he wants to, I don't know. But so yeah, there's gonna be no episode next week. So this will be the last. So I wanted to go ahead and get one out before we get off. But Trey, what's been going on? How are you doing? I mean,
Same as you. Just, the usual. A little bit of school, a little bit of music stuff. Hanging out, having fun, turning up, party time.
Well, if you're watching this, it's Friday. We're recording it on a Thursday, and we were going to record yesterday, but we had problems with the SIM card, and it did not end up working. So we're recording now. But before we started, the first thing to do is I wanted to try this Prime Tropical Punch energy drink. I don't really drink energy drinks a whole lot, but I'm starting to get on. I like Celsius a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this a shot real quick.
Let it sit in the mouth for a second.
Yeah, that's really good. I like it a lot. It really does taste like fruit punch. It's very good. Oh, there's also another thing. But when we were talking earlier, there's something I wanted to show you. Remember I told you that I saw something funny on the way home today?
Yes.
So I'm going to show you this picture. I'll put it up so y'all can see it because it's actually hilarious.
I'll put it up.
Somebody had a horse mannequin like in the back of someone, like in the trunk. And it was really weird, but I thought it was actually kind of hilarious.
That was
so
me. That was my horse mannequin.
He's got tons of them. But we got a bunch of topics that we wanted, or just a few of them that we wanted to talk about.
I think we should just get straight into it, right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right? Studio audience?
We don't have. I wish we had. We don't have studio audience, but that would. So, there's like 3 different things that I have listed. So the first is like a top 5 category. So I'm gonna throw out some topics, and we'll obviously rank them top 5. 5 being I guess
the terrible one,
worse, and one being the best.
Incredible. So,
Trey, since you're a big music guy, I guess we'll go ahead and start off with music. So we'll do top 5 hip hop artists, and I guess we'll both say ours, and then after that, we can talk about it.
Do you want to start it off? You want to go back and forth like 5, 5, 4, 4?
Yeah, and also I don't have preparation for any of this. I'm just going off the dome here. So you go ahead and say 5, and then I'll go.
Putting me on the spot. All right, my number 5 hip hop artist. Let's go. Maybe I should have wrote it down.
Yeah.
I wanted to go off the cuff, folks, but I'm blanking a little. Let me think. Don't you have it written down?
Mm-mm. I have my shows written down, but I don't have the.
Bear with me, folks. Let me think in my head.
Well, how about this? They don't have to be in any particular. How about we don't have to say particular?
So just
order.
we'll just throw them around.
We'll just throw them around.
Well, I'll throw Rocky in my top 5.
Yeah.
A$AP Rocky.
Okay. I'm gonna obviously say the one that I've been talking about the most recently, Kanye. I mean, it wouldn't have been my first, but he's been like I've been listening to him like the most within the last couple of days. So he's obviously the first one that I think of when it comes to mind.
The Lunch Hour does not condone the statements made by Ye West.
No, we don't.
And we want to put that firm. We want that to be known, folks.
Yeah. We just like his music. That's
Separate the art from the artist on this one, right? Right, studio audience?
That's right.
I might put in some stock like.
That'd be kind of funny.
All right, so you got Kanye, Rocky. I'll go Travis.
Yeah.
He's had a hard time with
I would
the
definitely put him
Utopia and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, not Utopia, the Astroworld Fest.
Astroworld
But
Fest, yeah.
I think he still might have it in him.
I think he does.
I'm getting boos from the crowd now.
I think he does.
Well.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. Eminem, obviously. I mean, I can obviously get into that one whenever we start, but Eminem, that's...
I'll go out and I'll say I probably disagree. We'll have a hot topic in a minute. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
So then I've only said one?
Yeah.
If I'm going skill-wise...
No, you said Rocky and Travis.
Okay, right. So I'm thinking, since you said Eminem, we're on the topic of, rhymability. And I'm going to go with the Doom. MF Doom, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some of the craziest... I was watching a video about it. I've never... it was about... Said 1 for the money, 2 for the green, 3 for metho, whatever. It was crazy. I'm not even going to get into that right now, but some of that stuff... Oh, my goodness. Unbeatable. I'm going to go on. Cold. I was laughing just thinking about it.
Probably Jay-Z.
Jay-Z? Yeah, I'll put him on mine too.
Yeah.
The ultimate money rapper, in my opinion. When I think of I want to feel rich, throw on some old Jay-Z. Yeah. Ooh,
I think
Connor ain't one.
I think also in terms of talent, that's probably one of the most talented.
Oh yeah, definitely
probably one of the most talented ones.
We watched the Rick Rubin video.
Yeah.
Just 99 Problems
crazy.
off the dome. Unbelievable. Crazy. So now what are we at? 3 each?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm thinking, let me think of a modern guy this time. Because a lot of these guys are either they've been around for a minute or it's like a legacy guy. A modern rapper that I'm digging lately. Let me think. Oh, I'll go Lil Yachty. Hot take.
Yeah.
Just because of that new album, it's unbelievable. Hey,
Nick
getting boos from the audience now.
Mine this is just me, just based off of just personal enjoyment. But I'm gonna put Drake, just because Drake's one of my all time favorites.
I'm not gonna put Drake.
I know you.
Just because.
I know you're not.
Right. So now last one.
Yeah.
Oh, who am I missing here?
I hope you don't say Bun, because I already know who I'm gonna say. Dun, 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 dun. I was doing the Jeopardy music.
I know.
I was looking at Nick.
So, my number one has to be. Let's go Lil Uzi for the vibes. Who doesn't like Lil Uzi? Right? That's a fun one right there.
That is fun. Yeah,
everything is fun. Rainbows and joy.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't say mine. Probably Kendrick.
Oh. Oh man!
Yeah, see, because I thought because you said that you were starting to listen to him more, and
I just totally blanked.
I was expecting.
If I wrote him down, I would have easily said that. Duh, golly, what kind of unprofessional show is this? Why didn't I write it down, folks?
Should have. Right, I didn't write any of these.
So now
down.
We discuss a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously, I said Eminem because he was one of the first ones that I ever started listening to. I don't condone this, but I was 10 years old probably when I was listening to his music.
Oh, no, totally. That was the best time to listen.
I was 10 when
so many cuss words.
Yeah, when Lose Yourself Until I Collapse came out, those were bangers back then.
Oh yeah.
And they still are. I actually was listening to
middle school
Till I
football
Collapse
practice
today. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, any hype up video or anything like that, that's kind of what you would think of.
Left.
Yeah.
That whole song is crazy.
And then I don't know. I just find him lyrically to be, I think, one of the most talented lyrical ones. I mean, some of his stuff has been hold on, Nick's gonna come in and sit down for a minute. Oh.
So wait, am I talking or not talking? I don't understand.
Oh.
Guys. Can I wear the
You want to
utensil?
talk on
We have a lot to cut out.
Dang.
Okay, so I was talking about Eminem. So I think Eminem was like, I don't know, he was very influential on me in terms of like music and I guess music choices. Like, I guess after him, I really branched out into like that kind of style of rap. Like I don't really know what kind of rap you would even classify it
Lyrical,
as.
spiritual miracle.
Yeah, I guess that's what you can call it. And then Dr. Dre and like all those other
You
guys.
like Dr. Dre?
I like him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really? How am I sounding in the cans, Nikki?
I'm not even like the biggest like Dr. Dre fan, but I do like his music.
Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
Let's get that in the. Did that pick up in the mic? We think.
That did not get picked up.
Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
This is just a goof off podcast.
Yeah,
It seems like
we're just
this might fall into nothing,
yeah.
folks.
So, but we're just goofing around.
It's a sign of the times. Spring break's
Ooh,
here.
I
We're
have
goof
no.
off.
I actually have like a.
No.
Well, we need to finish though. We need to finish this because I have like a story. Okay,
we got someone outside stalking.
Really?
It's crazy. He's gone now. But he was just standing outside looking. All right, go on.
Someone was probably they can probably see the light because our blinds are
Probably
open.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Another guest?
Okay. No. So now, why? Say like one of yours and say like why.
I'll go Rocky. I've just always thought A$AP Rocky's just the coolest guy in the world. Like, I remember I would go to like high school dances, and in the car, I would turn on Every Day. You know that one?
Oh yeah.
Rod Stewart. And Miguel. Every day I spend my time
Drinking.
and I'd just be in the car in the suit, riding there. Like, man, what's the Jack Harlow quote with him and Drewski in the car?
Oh, life like this sure is sweet.
That's
It certainly
what I was feeling.
It certainly.
That's why I like Rocky. It's just he's not like the world's best rapper,
Yeah.
not like the coolest. Actually, he probably is the coolest, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
just in terms of like, I put that on.
I think
feel
he's
like,
one of the. I think he's one
I
of the
feel like
coolest.
the guy.
I think
Cooler
he's
than
pretty
Doom.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. Doom isn't cool.
He's cool.
No, it's not.
He's a cool guy.
He's a stinky guy.
You don't know him like I do.
So I also said Drake. Obviously, like, remember that huge like period when Jumpman came out. No. Like What a Time to Be Alive came out, and that whole album with Future was like one of my favorite albums at the time. I was listening to it all the time. That whole album was good, and then
Yeah, there we go.
I guess he's just one of the most like.
Can you hear you?
I can hear me. I can hear me.
All right.
So I was talking about Drake. Yeah, I just find I've always liked Drake, and I listened to him actually a lot more than I used to. I loved Her Loss. The new album was good. Obviously, that's gonna be a hot take. I feel like it's not as talked about as much.
I don't think it's just because it's not as good to me. Like,
Yeah,
that's why I didn't include him. Because if we're talking early 2010s Drake, even up to what you mentioned, like, yeah,
Early 2010s,
unbelievable,
yeah.
awesome. Another one I remember being in like football workouts and stuff. Turn on 10 Bands. Ooh,
yeah. 10 Bands was good. Yeah,
that whole album was great for that kind of thing. And then I think it all started falling apart with New Life or More Life. I was just kind of like, there's some stuff on there, but you drop a 30-song project or whatever.
Gloucester.
There's gonna be some flops. Gloucester's cool too, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They can't all be winners. And
Yeah.
then
Oh yeah.
once he starts kind of accepting that, I think he realized that like maybe the best was behind him because his best stuff is really short.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do short stuff anymore. He released like 3 albums in the last year. He's just doing quantity over quality, and to me, that's not the makings of the best.
That's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Definitely one. That was my approach.
Mm-hmm.
Like Marvel.
Just like Marvel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Quality.
That's literally what we're Trey and I were talking about the
Just
other
stick
night.
around.
I think I'll stick around.
Yeah, y'all stay around
It's
for a
fun.
bit. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay.
Can you hear you and me in this?
Yeah, I wish it wasn't so like intimate.
It's pretty
Nah,
intimate.
it'll be funny though. It'll be
I
funny.
wish it was more intimate. That is what I was trying to say.
My parents watch this.
All right, we'll cut that. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so what else? So you said, oh, Travis.
Okay, Travis. Yeah, I'll go Travis.
Is he looking in?
He was.
Oh, that would.
Let's get back on topic. Let's
Yeah,
go
funny.
Travis. So, Travis was probably one of my bigger points when I got really into just music overall. Because I hadn't heard anything like that. You know, I'd heard. I think I could compare maybe like some stuff off 808s and Heartbreaks from Kanye, like the auto tune kind of thing.
Yeah.
But just the way that he fills the car up when you're listening, like all you can hear is just like echoing, and it just sounds so big. And I hadn't heard anything like that before. 'Cause, you know, it was just like Eminem's and 50 Cents, and then that kind of sound, the melodic style. Came in, and I was just, I'll tell you, I couldn't get enough, folks. He was probably my top listened to artist, like overall, for like 3 years.
Travis's?
Yeah, between like Rodeo to Astro World, I think it was every year. I mean, come on.
Waiting on Utopia though, really are. Do you think we'll get it this year?
I think so. Probably like August.
I hope so. It's been. When did Astro World come out? How long ago was that? Like,
Probably 4 years now, almost 5.
God.
Yeah, no, over 4. Because, yeah, I met Hannah Brooke a little bit before it came out because I remember talking to her. And I was like, man, when's this thing coming out? So, yeah, almost 5 years.
Wow.
That's an old album. Wow.
There really hasn't been like a whole lot. There hasn't really been a whole lot since then. I mean,
for obvious reasons.
Yeah, which I
Killing
don't. Who?
Travis. Stomping on them. Did he run out there and stomped on them?
He did.
Yeah, it was
Just kidding, folks.
That was
Same.
really funny.
Yeah, no, not a joke.
I finished the prime.
Yeah, how was it? Let's get the post game interview on the prime interview.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, obviously, I have a weird effect on caffeine has a weird effect on me.
What do you do to caffeine?
What do I do to
You
it?
said you have a weird effect on it.
Yeah, I know. I had to change my words there.
I know. I'm just joking around, Connor.
It's 200. It's 200 grams in the thing, but I don't know. I didn't really feel any
We'll
different.
see if that kicks up later, folks.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
But like also like with those pills that I've been taking that I'm telling you about, I don't feel anything from those.
You can't just say that. You gotta say what the pills are.
Okay, so I take like these pre-workout pills before I go to work out, and it's got like 400 milligrams of caffeine in it, which kind of startled me at first, and it was a lot. But then I took them for the first time yesterday before I went to the gym, and I really didn't feel a whole lot different. I mean, I felt like I was sweating more, but that was pretty much it. And I used it again today and felt the same, but I feel like I don't really have an effect of caffeine.
You don't have an effect on caffeine?
I don't think so.
What about caffeine's effect on you?
Nope.
So it's nothing either way?
None.
All right. Well, let's get back to what we were saying. So Travis, I think I would call it a pioneer of sound, of how things sound today.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows where music would be? Probably almost no autotune, now that I think about it. Autotune's a staple now.
Someone would have developed auto-tune, I think.
It was there, but I'm saying the sound of like the constant heavy auto.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think
Like
of
a
before
T-Pain,
that,
like a T-Pain.
but that's not the same thing because
Sound like
he was more on like the harmonies and like feeling. It was like he was singing. Travis, it was an instrument, you know, like the ooh, like
when he would like perform live and stuff, and he would ooh, like that kind of thing.
See that? Like he made it like part of the sound.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Who do you got? Who was left?
Kendrick.
Oh, Kendrick. Yeah.
Yeah, and
There's
which is
nothing
weird
we
because
can say.
I am really not even that big of a Kendrick fan. Like I don't listen to him a whole lot. Yeah,
real.
but I recognize. Yeah, real recognizes real. Obviously,
They say that.
that is what they
What
say.
they say.
So, is that it? Is that all of them? We're forgetting.
Do you have one more?
Do we?
No,
do
we
we
can
even
do
talk?
it.
Do we even talk about Kanye?
I don't know. I feel like maybe we shouldn't say too much. He's a pioneer, but we don't know what's going on these
He might be
days.
listening. Might be listening.
Yeah, he
in.
might be.
Yeah, it could be.
Might be waiting on the next upload. Watching the premiere, sitting half an hour, hearing that music. Ooh, burp on the cam. Ew.
Oh.
Ew.
No. Have you ever
Burps
done
on-
that? Like when you do it and it gets in your eyes. That's what just happened to me.
I've never done that.
It was
Alright,
that
let's
South
see.
Park bit where Eric was laughing so hard that milk shot out of his nose.
Yeah.
And they were like, "You gotta be drinking milk for that to happen." He's like, "Not me."
TV shows.
Okay.
That's a good one. All right, I'll go
You're the
first.
host.
I'll go first. I just finished it like a couple weeks ago, and it's my favorite thing ever. And I wish I could rewatch it. But yeah, Sopranos. Sopranos is probably the best show that I've ever watched with my
I
eyes.
need to get around to it. I know. Hey, I've heard it enough from you,
Yeah.
haven't I?
Mm-hmm.
Tells me every day, this fella.
Yeah, it's the best. It's like how I used to be with Breaking Bad, but now I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
But I still love it.
And
It's
I'll say I'm that way with, let's say it, Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I'm the only one on the couch who's seen it, but I know.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it.
You haven't seen it.
I've seen some of it.
You've seen some of it, but can you at least admit that the action that you did see was some of the top stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're like a Naruto guy.
I've seen more Naruto than I've seen of Attack.
Weird
But
decision.
I can't say it's better.
Because you don't know what happens.
I haven't finished either.
Oh, yeah, true. All right. Well, yeah, I'll go Attack on Titan just because that wasn't the first anime I saw, but it was the first time I was like, oh, no wonder these nerds are getting in a tissy fit over this kind of thing. Because, wow, it's crazy.
Fissy tit.
I've never seen any of it.
Cool.
Sorry.
That was a good segue.
Me. Also, yeah, I already said Breaking Bad, but I'll say this just because it's probably the show that I've been watching the longest. Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
We know about that.
I'm gonna go no.
Yeah. Well.
I'm gonna go no on Breaking Bad, guys.
Why?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Started out really, really good, very good, but just
It got better.
It
they
got
were there
better.
for like 80 years in the zombie apocalypse. That doesn't make
Breaking.
sense.
You said Breaking Bad. You mean Walking
Oh, I
Dead.
meant The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Oh. Whew. Yeah, no. I meant The Walking Dead, folks.
False alarm.
Yeah.
Still,
I'm gonna go no on The Walking Dead.
I get that.
I think it's just
whatever.
I already said it, but it just didn't. That kind of show shouldn't stick around too long, you know. And it really did. Sequels, spin-offs, video games, spin sauce, guys.
Dude, the video games are actually fun. Like the
I know, but I'm just
the
saying, like,
Telltale, whatever. You ever played those before?
With Lee and
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Where you choose this. Yeah, those ones are
I
fun.
played that for a bit.
You ever play the Daryl Dixon game
Which one?
on the Wii with like the controller gun? Wasn't that fun? It was
Wasn't?
another game.
What else? We'll wait till Trace.
just talking, man.
No, I was gonna ask you what was your next one because I already said mine.
I don't get to name it.
Oh yeah, that's because I didn't. We forgot.
Oh yeah, Nick.
We forgot there's a guy here.
Um.
Come on, Nick. Let him know.
Well, I don't know. We already said Breaking Bad. I would say that.
Well,
That's
you
a
can
pretty
talk
good
about it a
one.
little.
Yeah, you can talk about it if you want to.
Floor's
Floor's open. Say whatever you want.
I don't know. What is there to talk about? Everybody knows about it. Everybody's seen it. Everybody likes
Let's
it.
say, what do you like about it?
I like that they knew when to end it, and it was a good
Oh
ending.
yeah,
And they didn't
that's
like.
what I'm saying. That's the problem.
They didn't make
That
it
can
crap.
take a good show to a great show, or a good show to being not so good. That was my problem with The Walking Dead. They just didn't know how to quit it. It was a money-making machine, and I can't say I blame them, but it took away the.
It's crazy how they
depth.
pump that show out for
800 years.
2010 was like when it first aired. So
It ended like recently, right? Like
yeah,
last year.
in November.
That's just too long. I'm sorry.
I watched it.
And that was the thing with Supernatural. I loved Supernatural as a youth, but it just didn't stick with me because like you can't fight 100 quadrillion demons over 10 years. You probably die at some point.
Yeah,
And it just didn't. It loses the emotional effect when you realize that the plot armor is so dense that nothing can kill them. It makes it like why
That's
I
true.
care about it, you know. That's what Breaking Bad. Spoilers. At the death.
it's kind of hard.
It's like
Just
he seems like the unkillable guy.
Yeah, he
And then
does,
all
and it just happens.
Crazy. Like
And Jesse was the one that got away. But that was
man.
that was one of And then did you like El Camino?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, El Camino was awesome.
I need to rewatch it. I think I kind of didn't pay as much attention as I should have. Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe what I need to do is like a full rewatch, like
All
start
of
from the
this
beginning
show
and then
and
watch El Camino like right after.
yeah.
'Cause I think I was a little confused at some points in El Camino because I had watched like I finished the show like 2 years before. So,
Yeah.
but still, yeah, really good.
I haven't rewatched Breaking Bad at all since I've finished it.
I've seen it.
I finished it probably like a couple years ago, and I haven't gone through and rewatched it.
Should.
I know I probably should because I feel like it's one thing I probably won't ever go through and rewatch Sopranos again just because it's too long.
Breaking Bad it's not short, but it's not too. You know,
I think 5
Connor's
seasons is like
Mexico. I think you listen in. I don't think it's going through.
you're not supposed to.
Connor's on it.
You're not supposed to.
you're not supposed to hear me.
Never mind.
It's not plugged up.
So what is he? Oh, he's
hearing
you.
me.
You hear your own.
Yeah.
Amateur.
You never know. No,
What was I talking about?
I interrupted the flow. The flow
Yeah, you
state.
did.
The
I think you're
flow's
talking
gone.
about-
We're talking about Breaking
You're
Bad.
talking about Eminem.
I'm talking about Breaking Bad. No, we'll cut some of this out. Okay. Well,
Well, I mean, we were on the topic of like Breaking Bad.
yeah. We were talking about the ending of Breaking Bad and how perfect it was.
No, it was kind of confusing.
We're talking about how perfect the ending of Breaking Bad was.
Yeah, it's just that's how you end a show. You know,
Yeah.
they did. It's just perfect. That's what I think. That's probably the best like last episode of anything I've seen. You know, perfect action, dialogue's great. It's so tense
It is.
because I didn't know what would happen at the end. You know,
I
So, like,
didn't either.
It's just crazy. Like it just, like I said, you don't expect that kind of thing to happen
Yeah, I agree. It probably is my
because
favorite.
he seems unkillable. You
Yeah,
know? He's
he
like
does.
the guy. He has like half the world in his hand.
He's Heisenberg.
The
And
whole
it's
world
gone.
in his hand.
Half the
Okay.
world.
Half.
So we'll switch to so Trey and Nick. Do you have a letterbox account?
Yeah, but I don't use it.
Lame.
I don't
Lame.
download it.
So lame.
Sorry.
All right, so we wrote this down that we were gonna go and read through our top.
Ew,
Sorry,
burping.
they can't hear it. Our top 4. So obviously on Letterboxd there's 4, and we were gonna throw in a 5th, or we can just read our 4.
I think here's what I think could be fun. We can go over the 4, and then we can talk about some stuff we've recently seen.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Ooh, I actually have seen a lot of
That's
good
what I'm
stuff
saying.
recently, so
We've
that's
both been
that's
watching.
funny. Yeah. All right, so you want to read them all 4, or do you just want to do one at
Let's
a
do
time?
one at a time. All 4, we're gonna forget who's doing what. and all
Okay.
that.
So my number 1 on Letterboxd is The Departed.
Never seen it.
You've never seen The Departed?
Joe, Tell us a
Oh
little
my
bit about
goodness.
that film there.
Hyped me.
That Scorsese
Um,
flick
Okay,
about
so-
deception and distrust within the Boston police community.
exactly. So it also, I think it has one of the best casts in a film. I think. I'll just go through and read you some of the casting members. So Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon,
Nickelback.
Mark Wahlberg, Vera Farmiga, the girl from
Vera Farmiga.
Yeah, the girl from The Conjuring.
Horror queen.
Martin Sheen. That's pretty much it.
Father of Charlie.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and so it's about it's a mob movie, as Scorsese normally does. It's a mob movie and takes place in the Boston Police Department. There's a guy, the head of the Boston mob, and he's got a rat in his.
There's a rat.
There's a rat in the gang who is working for the police department, and throughout the whole movie, they're trying to figure out who
they
the
do it.
rat is, and they figure it out at the end. They figure out who the rat is, and it's good. It's probably got I think it's one of the best like dialogue movies. Like the way they just yell at each
It's so
other,
tense,
and
too.
and it's all, and you can almost like, and with Mark especially because he's the most Boston. I mean, he's from
Wahlberg.
yeah.
You thought he was like the best one in the movie?
No. Obviously, DiCaprio is obviously
Yeah.
the
The
best.
best Boston.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
he's the most Boston, but DiCaprio was definitely the
Wicked.
most. But DiCaprio was definitely the most believable, and it's probably one of my most rewatches besides The Wolf of Wall Street. It's probably one of my most rewatches, and obviously anything with Scorsese I rewatched. I just watched Goodfellas like 2 nights ago, and it was amazing. And I was telling Trey all the parallels with Sopranos and Goodfellas, and I was noticing so much. And I'm gonna try to do my best without spoiling it for you. There's nothing really to spoil. It's just like stuff about a character. Okay, so the main thing that I picked up on was Henry, the main guy in Goodfellas.
Henry Goodfella.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Christopher Moltisanti in Sopranos. I think they're very, very similar because they both had drug problems, and they both had really attractive girlfriends that they were abusive to. They both were in the mob. They both started working with the mob at a very young age and moved up. And just when you go back and
far the casino's the exact same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of Scorsese movies are the
Scorsese
same.
loves that kind of thing.
But he does a lot of. I mean, he's done a lot like that. But it's almost like you can't really not watch them. It's almost hard not to.
It's like if someone tells you the best story ever, and they're like, "You want to hear it again?" You're not gonna say no.
Exactly.
It's great stuff. What about you, Nick? You see anything recently? Anything worth talking about on the podcast?
I'm watching Game of Thrones.
Nah, movies.
You're talking about movies.
Something cool. Doesn't matter. What's your favorite ever?
Favorite movie ever?
Yeah. Do you have Letterboxd?
Shoot.
You can pull it up. Do you have that set up?
My phone. Could you pass me my phone?
Where is it?
Probably under the blanket. The blankie.
There's gonna be a lot of dead time in this, but nah, it's fine.
Let's see.
Well,
You better pay me for this.
let's see what else. I also watched Babylon recently.
No.
Babylon was awesome.
Well, I do have it downloaded.
That movie was really good.
I do have it downloaded. Let's see.
You don't have anything on there. Ooh.
I have this.
Is that all the stuff that you've
See
seen?
what you've given 5 stars.
Is there a way to go to that?
You know, it should show them. It should show them
he didn't
underneath
set it up.
that.
So,
I gave a lot of things 5
well, just think about what's your favorite.
I don't know.
All right, you look through and I'll go if you don't want.
We both enjoyed The Lighthouse.
That's not your favorite
that
movie
movie
ever.
was awesome.
Well, I said I don't know what my favorite is. Probably.
Lighthouse
That's what I'm
was
saying.
really good.
Look through and pick a favorite,
Okay.
and I'll talk about my number one briefly because it won't mean much because I don't know anyone else who's seen this movie, but it's the end of Evangelion.
Oh, I've seen that.
I've never seen
You
that.
haven't seen the movie?
I've seen the movie.
No, you haven't. It's just I like it because there is genuinely nothing you said we were just talking about Goodfellas and you were comparing it to other stuff. I can't compare this movie to anything I've ever seen. It is the most just insane. It's terrifying. It's really nice at some points. At some points it's like fourth wall's broken and you're like a part of it, and then you're just like, what? I can't, like I said, I can't go into it too much just because like no one's gonna know what I'm talking about. But just it's one of my favorite watching experiences ever. Just when it was done, I was just like, I had to go stare at a wall for an hour. And then let me get into my number 2 briefly because I can have more to say about that. It's gonna be Climax by Gaspar Noé.
I've heard a lot about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's on my list. I really want to. I really want to
all
see
the
it.
time.
He does talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
If y'all didn't know, all 3 of us live together.
We do.
No, we don't.
No, you don't.
All right.
My number 2.
Hey, I was gonna talk about the movie.
You are? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, just because you're the host doesn't mean you got all the answers, bud. Right? All right, so let me think. Climax. It's about... The movie's named after the climax of the movie, because that's the main point. It's a cool way to name a movie. But basically, a French dancing troupe, they're all hanging out the night before a competition, I believe. Maybe the night after, I don't know. It's something involving they're close to a competition. And they're having a little party the night before, kind of practicing some dancing. And what happens is someone slips a little wet Jimmy in the sangria they're drinking, a little LSD.
Ooh.
And everyone just loses their minds. What I like, I'll list off a few of the things I like about it. First off, it's basically two separate movies. First half is just talking and hanging out. Like, it just, nothing happens really. And then the intro credits roll halfway through the movie, which is one of my favorite decisions I've ever seen be made in a movie. Like, I can't name anything else that does that. Like, the intro happens in the middle. Because then the movie
is
really
so crazy.
starts. It's when the drugs start kicking in. Because they're all dancing.
Yeah.
And then some of them start spilling their drinks. Some people start dancing a little too crazy. Some people start falling down. There's some screaming. It just starts getting crazy. Then the real music kicks in. And that's that house music. That's what got me into DJing, got me back into producing. That movie has done so much for me.
It changed your life.
Really? Like,
And one thing that's interesting is that a lot of people would have a hard time watching a movie like that, especially having it all over the place. Because usually when you watch a movie, it's the beginning, middle, and end. That's how it is. And you said the middle is in the beginning.
Yeah, and that's why it's called climax, because the movie starts with the climax.
That's interesting.
Oh,
I remember we watched that the intro.
no, that was
And
Enter the
it scared
Void.
me.
Same guy.
Oh, yeah.
Same guy. He loves making the weirdest movies he can. I'll get a little bit too movie guy annoying here. Gaspar Noé is a French new wave director. He was a part of this movement of movies when people wanted movies to be very censored and like dumbed down for the audience. And I don't know why, but for some reason it was in France specifically. There was a big group of directors who just wanted to make the most boundary pushing, crazy, even like gory stuff they could, just to like push against that. So he was one of the first guys that was like really aiming to like no, basically. And he has other stuff that's way like don't watch that movie. But Climax is watchable. Like, it's cool.
Have you watched?
I want to. I really would like to watch it at some point.
You know when you want to.
Can you start the timer? Or
Of course I will, Connor. Thanks for asking.
you're welcome.
You have-
Oh yeah,
did
let
you
me
find
Can
yours?
I enjoy a lot of movies. Cannot pick a favorite because I don't know. I looked through all of them. None of them stuck out.
Well, just talk about one that you like.
I like Taxi Driver. That was a good one.
Another Scorsese classic.
Is it? I didn't even know.
Yeah. That was one of his first ones.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Yeah,
parallels to the Joker.
The gun thing, the gun that shot out of his arm, was pretty cool.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You talking to me?
I wasn't so
Yeah.
crazy
Exactly.
about the Joker.
Oh, I think about the Taxi.
I like the Joker.
No, Taxi Driver's awesome.
I think you should do a Joker rewatch because there are some people who don't like it, but most of the reasons I see them saying that is because it's similar to Taxi Driver, and just because it's like something doesn't mean it's bad. Like you should, I think you should rewatch it. It's awesome. Good plot twist. Fun.
I mean,
Joaquin Phoenix is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's very good. And I mean, they're filming the second one right now.
Lady Gaga.
Yep. And she's not going to be at the Oscars because of that reason.
Ooh-ah, ooh-ah,
Really?
ah.
Ooh, ah, ooh, oh, ha, ha, ha.
Ooh-ah, ooh-ah. Romance.
Brouhaha. Oh, chalk bait. Brouhaha.
Let's get back on. What else?
We like to have fun
Yeah,
on the lunch hour, folks.
we should become a
The
comedy.
lunch hour after dark. Things get a little
Lunch
crazy.
hour,
Yeah, it
the
is.
dinner
It's like
hour.
6:12. All right, so my second one, or I'm not gonna say my second. I'm just gonna say another one that's on my top four that I watched just recently, but it's now one of my favorite movies ever. Is Drive.
Hey.
Um,
Giving you a night call.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I guess just I saw so much about it. Like literally, I could not
It was Mean City.
open TikTok or something without seeing like a Drive clip or like it's one of those Sigma edits. Those are hilarious. I love those.
Gotta love 'em.
And I
Did
was
you
like,
know he's literally me?
yeah. It's about you.
Mm-hmm. Not funny.
This guy.
Uh,
And what else? And when I watched it with you, how long was that?
like a month, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more than a month.
And I just remember being,
Enamored.
because you asked me
Whoa.
to guess what the plot was before the movie started, and I couldn't, because obviously you don't know his name. His name was just Driver or Kid.
You
or,
think oh, it's just some Fast and Furious type of thing.
Yeah.
No,
Slow
It's
burn movie.
It's a lot more than
it's
that.
not, folks.
It's a lot more than that.
No, it's not.
I would recommend that to anybody about a
Anybody,
movie.
really.
I would recommend Drive. Definitely, if you're watching this, if you have not seen Drive,
Pause it.
pause
turn it
this
back
right
on,
now.
Or wait,
Go
pause it,
watch Drive and come back to it.
Yeah, and then
Because-
listen.
Pause drive
And
and
then
come
listen
back.
because
Pause
I'm about-
driver.
Yeah.
Pause the lunch hour.
Start driving. and
Start
come back.
driver to mute it. Play the lunch hour while you're watching.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I couldn't figure out what the and I love the cast of Drive too. You got Bryan Cranston, Walter White in there, Oscar Isaac, and then
Ryan.
Ryan Gosling, of course, and then
Her name escapes me, but Daisy
Michelle-
Gatsby.
Yeah.
Daisy.
Yeah. Can't remember her name, but she's
Oh,
great. in it, too.
Penelope.
Penelope Cruz.
Yeah.
Penelope Cruz.
Uh-huh.
That's not her.
Oh, Vin Diesel.
Close.
What was that movie we watched recently with Ryan Gosling falling out of a building? Dying.
Place Beyond the Pines. Also another banger.
Yes.
We didn't finish it.
We
but
did not finish that yet.
It's great.
That's
Another
something
one.
that I
Very
do-
similar.
I would like to watch.
Banged it.
Should I name another one of mine now?
Mhm.
All right.
Good time.
Let's go Good Time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
I
haven't
would.
Safety
I like
Brothers.
that
seen
one.
Yeah.
That,
I've
that would
not
be.
seen.
Let's go Good Time. And then
I've not-
I'll break down why.
I've not seen Good Time.
Oh.
Good Time. It's about a brother, family member. Two
Brother?
brothers, actually. A brother. And they decide they need some money. I don't remember. Do they just want money?
They just need the money.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they need money. So they rob a bank. And his brother, I think, is it like
He's got a
autism or
little
something?
wrong, a little something slow.
Yeah, he's a little. He has like autism or something.
Mhm.
And they rob a bank, and let me tell you, it did not go well.
They get the dye pack. Let's just say that.
Mhm. They get Robert Pattinson turns a little pink. Let's say that,
Yep.
right?
And he commits the worst crime ever known to man on some poor security
Oh, yeah.
guard.
We don't need to spoil.
We
but
don't need to.
trust
Yeah,
me, if you
yeah.
haven't seen Good Time,
Don't spoil it for
tune
me. 'cause
into Good Time.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Like it's if you like Uncut Gems, you will love Good Time. Everything that can go wrong does. It's the most stressful thing you'll ever see. Just running around the whole time. It's a nightmare. It takes place across like maybe a day, I think. But it's so nuts. Like everything they do is crazy. And I'm incredibly looking forward to the Safdie brothers' next project. I want to get stressed out again.
Enthusiast over here.
Mm-hmm.
A fan.
So now,
A real
do I
fan.
read one of mine?
Yeah. You're in charge over here.
Is this like anything or just something that I've?
Was that your whole top 4?
No, I haven't. I haven't said. Prisoners.
Yeah, talk about some prisoners.
Oh man, that's.
Oh,
I honestly wish that could be. I honestly wish that could be higher up in my list, but it's just not better than the first 3. I think just Prisoners was when I first watched it. That's another like crazy movie. Like there's so much going on all the time.
I remember I
And-
watched it alone and I was like
So scared.
not scared. I thought I was gonna get kidnapped. Ugh. But no, it's just like it's so tense, you know?
Yeah,
like
very.
you're gripping the seat the whole time. It's
Gripping.
insane. Grippy. Seat gripping.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I agree. That's definitely one of the, it's so
give
tense.
us a quick synopsis for the folks who haven't seen it. And make them want to see it.
Okay, so it's about this family whose daughter, or 2 families, I guess. Both their daughters go missing. They get kidnapped. And
Thanksgiving night.
Thanksgiving night, they go missing. And pretty much throughout the entire movie, they're looking for them, and they are. The dad, he's like a little crazy. I would say.
A little out there.
The way I'd put it is I think he reacted about as good as you can in that situation.
Yeah.
Actually, no. The other guy reacted as good as you can, but I think
Who I've met.
maybe
How-
it's how crazy you can be driven. By
We
that
would
kind of
want to
thing.
act, but
Yeah.
maybe we wouldn't act that way.
Yeah, it's just he turns
Yeah.
into a fully primal man. And he wants to just
But also, like, in the beginning of the movie, you can kind of get hints that he's a little different because he's like preparing for an apocalypse, and underneath his house, he's got the canned food and all that stuff ready. So like, he's definitely, because who do you know that's ever done that before?
You.
No, I've never done that.
Yeah, Connor has 18 crates of MRIs in his room. Not MRIs, what's it called?
MIAs, missing in action.
Wait, what'd you say?
MREs.
MREs. Yeah, Connor has MREs stacked up in his room. He's terrified.
I don't have them actually.
When the fault line cracks, the Mississippi fault line.
No, I'll be prepared for that though.
All right.
If we ever get an earthquake, I'll know just what to do.
Earthquake in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the craziest thing ever.
We're not in Mississippi. We're somewhere awesome. Remember?
California.
Where are we? Oh yeah.
Remember? Look at our beach view outside, folks.
Wow.
All right. So, am I up next?
Yes.
Let me think. Oh yeah, we'll go with something nice because the first three are traumatizing movies.
Yeah. They are.
We'll go. I'm not gonna like I'm thinking about it, but I know what it is. Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Has to be.
That's awesome.
Never seen it.
You're missing out.
What?
You love it, psychiatrist.
Oh man, that's good.
I'm not that.
It's just, I
Good
mean,
Will Hunting is
most
really,
people have
really
seen
good.
it. I'll just give a quick synopsis. Just about a guy, a blue collar guy who's really smart, but the crowds he hangs with, he just doesn't feel like it makes sense. So he's down with, he's holding himself back, and then it takes the brave words of a fantastic psychiatrist played by Robin Williams, rest in peace. Shout out Robin Williams. We know you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just the dialogue's great, the meaning's fantastic, the ending, I love that.
It's awesome.
That was crazy.
You haven't seen it? Yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
Whenever it's on, like whenever
I'm not joking. I cry my eyes out.
Oh yeah, every time.
Me too.
My dad, every time it's on TV, my dad always plays it. Like when he's scrolling through channels and it's on, he puts it
totally
on. That and Roadhouse.
I need to watch Roadhouse.
That's awesome.
I need to see.
It's a classic.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
What about you? You got another one?
I heard you mention Uncut Gems. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Good.
Quick synopsis for that: gambling addict,
Black Opal.
What's his name?
Adam Sandler.
No, Adam Sandler.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
No. Anyway, so he it's a guy. He gets into a few bad deals, and he doesn't quite pay it off in time. He has to make more money to pay it back through gambling. Basketball bets. Kevin Garnett's Black Opal. That's all you need to hear. If you're a fan of KG, you know. It's awesome. KG. Big shout out to KG.
Shout out Kevin Garnett.
But yeah, it's just great. So stressful. I'd probably say Good Times more stressful just because crazier stuff happens. But the last act of Cut Gem.
Very nice.
Julia Fox running to the hotel, getting chased down by that creepy old man. But yeah, I mean, hey, come on, it's fantastic. Who doesn't like it?
He's very good.
Back to you.
Oh, me? Okay. Slumdog Millionaire.
I haven't seen it.
I felt just so good after watching it. I was like, man, that was just. I was like, that was
your Good Will Hunting kind of thing. Just like
it was
like a wholesome one.
Oh yeah, so it's
not mobs getting ruining people's lives and ruining families, killing people.
But like after I watched that, I felt like I had seen everything after I'd watched that.
The Theory of Everything.
Yeah, it's
another one.
It was just like it's long, but it's a good watch.
Does it go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Is that it? Yeah.
So I'll give a quick however you say that word. Synopsis about the movie. So there's this kid. I don't actually know his name off the top of my head, but the actor's name is Dave Patel, I think is his name. He goes on this game show called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and every question that the host asked him, it's got like its own like backstory about how he knows the answer to the question. And I'm not going to spoil the movie, but I mean it was really good. But the beginning of the movie, obviously, never mind. I can't really talk about it because it spoils it.
Yep.
But
there's an episode of some TV show that does that. What am I thinking of?
What? They think so. Basically, they think he cheated. They think he cheated because no one's ever won before. And he goes back and tells them like why he knows it, and It's really good. It's one of my favorites. I would also recommend that to anybody watching it who has not seen it to watch that movie.
Boys, it might be my time to dip on out.
You're leaving?
I'm a hungry man. I haven't eaten since breakfast.
Porterhouse steaks with Gloria.
I'm about to go have a shout out Gloria. Shout out Steaks.
Let's get a last monologue from roommate Nick.
All right.
Anything left to say? Just
Tell him something about yourself.
Something about me. I'm just a cool guy. Just like to hang about. I just like to hang out with my 2 roommates here, and we just like to have a good time. And we hang out on the porch, and we have a good time.
Yeah,
and that's it.
On the porch, yeah.
That's it, folks. You heard it here. All right.
Bye, Nick.
Bye, Connor.
We'll cut right here. Don't. Watch your steps. Yeah, we could have done an impression second.
See you later, ladies.
All right, and we are back, folks.
Yeah, we had to take a little break because Nick had to leave. Okay.
Let's get back to the real stuff.
What?
The meat and potatoes.
What are you talking about? I was gonna tell a funny story.
Should we not do any more movie talk? You think that's all done?
Unless if you want to, we can.
You don't want to talk about anything recent?
Okay, we'll talk about
Let's do like 1 or 2 recent things we've seen.
Okay.
Because all-time favorites are fun, but the people got to know what we've been up to, you know?
Let me go check again. Well, obviously, I said earlier, I watched Goodfellas recently. That's my most recent watch. And then Beautiful Boy, which was, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Talk about that a little.
A wreck.
That's a good one to talk about.
Yeah. So, it's a movie about a father and son. I think it's probably, I would say it's a lot about a father-son relationship, but it's also about, there's a lot more that goes into it other than that. But, so this kid who's played by Timothy Chalamet, which is incredible. One of my favorites. One of my
the best up and comer, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he's our next DiCaprio out. If I had to put that weight on anybody,
he's already been with him. So in the movie with him.
Oh yeah. Wait, what movie? What are you talking about?
What?
Oh, Don't Look Up.
Yeah, which was all right.
Headphone problems, folks.
And he's got a really bad drug addiction, and it's also just the movie that shows you about how being addicted like that can really just destroy your life and like relationships and stuff like that around you.
It's probably a really true story for a lot of people watching. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like it's heavy, but it's like really real.
It's something that a lot of people need to.
Yeah.
A lot of people need to see, especially if you may not think that you have an addiction or just even thinking about contemplating it. It's something that people a lot need to see because it shows you. I mean, because it opened my eyes up for sure. I was just like, after the end of it, I just was like,
yeah. I mean, it sounds weird because it's like it's not like an easy watch, but a part of me feels like it's like a family, like you should watch it with your family almost.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's a good way to like show other people around you what your actions can do to other people.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
Yeah, and it wasn't hard for me to finish it, but I just was like, I would not stop asking myself the question, like, God, like, is he actually gonna end up ODing and dying or something like that?
And let's not spoil it for those who want.
But
yeah,
it's
like really,
it's very good. What else? And on the lighter side, this movie, it's really funny actually. It's one of my favorite comedy movies. It's called Accepted.
Oh, I saw that you watched that.
With my friend Justin Long.
Is it him and is it Owen Wilson's brother too? Is he in that?
Who? Owen Wilson's a brother?
Yeah, I guarantee you've seen him. I think it's like Justin Wilson or something.
Okay. Justin Long and Blake Lively, Jonah Hill. Okay, yeah, I know, right?
Just kidding.
So it's about this kid who's in high school and he's applied to like 7 different colleges and he's been rejected by every single college that he's applied to. And his parents are like, well, you have no choice. You have to go to college. And he's like, okay, well, if I can't get into any school that I apply to, he makes up his own school.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yeah. He makes up his own school, and it was just a thing for he and his friends who didn't get into college, and it ended up like everybody applied, and a bunch of kids who also didn't get into any other schools applied, and they all ended up going there. And he's like, "What are we supposed to learn here?" Because it wasn't a real school, and that's also one of my favorite rewatch in terms of like comedy wise. It's hilarious. Jonah Hill, it's like Jonah Hill's got so many classic one-liners like "Ask me about my wiener." He's dressed up as a giant hot dog for play chip in a fraternity, and he's in the quad asking girls to ask him about his wiener, and no one will ask him about his wiener, and they make him stand there until somebody does.
The thing is, I'm not a huge comedy movie guy. You can probably tell because all the movies that I watch are you can't watch them with
sad.
anybody. Terrifying, sad, all that. But if it's a good comedy, I like Superbad, of course.
How can you not like that movie?
Yeah, Booksmart also. I like Booksmart.
I don't think I've ever seen
It's the Jonah Hill's little sister directed it. It's Booksmart for the ladies. I mean, Superbad for the ladies. Really good. Like, it's just fun. I don't know. Saw that with my girlfriend. It was fun. Like, it's, there's not, it's just, it has to be, like, actually funny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was a big fan of those grown-up movies, the grown-up movies, too.
See, I was not. I thought it was
Sandler
just like,
and all the guys.
Just like, ugh, man, I don't know. The acting's not great in those, in my opinion, at least, compared to the way, like, seeing Sandler in Uncut Gems. We already talked about it. Remarkable performance.
It's way different
compared to just
to anything.
The way he acts in comedy movies, he's just like, yeah, bruh.
It's always some like weird voice too that he does, like with like Billy Madison and
I think it's like, ugh, I don't know, not that good to me.
Also, another movie that's different for him to do was Hustle. I know you said you haven't seen it yet, but
I heard people liked it.
It was good. I did, and obviously because I'm a sports fan of basketball, but that was a really fun, and it's just like, and like you said, it's very different than like what we're used to him normally doing.
He's a great dramatic actor.
Yeah,
Same thing with Steve Carell. We didn't even mention that during Beautiful Boy, but you watch The Office and then you watch Beautiful Boy.
Yeah.
How is that the same guy?
When I was watching that movie and he was like, when he was yelling at this and his son, I honestly was trying so hard not to just like chuckle a little bit because when Steve Carell laughs, it's like it's a fun. I mean, when he yells at people,
no, the
like in The Office, I've never seen.
Michael Scott comes out a little bit though. Like,
I've never seen. Well, I've never seen
no,
of that show before.
You should. Pretty good.
Everybody tells me that.
It's overrated, but it's good.
Yeah. It's like a dry humor type show, isn't it?
Very dry.
Yeah.
About as dry as it gets.
And I don't know I guess I could find that fun. I guess I just have to really. Some people think it's like
cringe humor. Like you laugh at how just weird it all is.
There's like a cult of people that's like
no, I know
that think it's like the greatest show that's.
They're like the Disney adults. They can't get enough. Mm-hmm. Should we?
Let's see.
I'll talk about Casino for a little bit, just because it's been on my mind.
Yeah, you watched that.
So I've been trying to go through and just like I need to watch all the classics, and I like Scorsese definitely. Wolf of Wall Street was my favorite movie ever when I was younger, just because it's the first thing I saw that was like it was like cinema, like when you're a kid.
And seeing boobs for the first time in the movie.
No. But just like. How do I say it? Like, when I was growing up, like Iron Man, that kind of thing. Like, you see, like, movies.
It was the first real actual like movie outside
something
of,
where
like,
they were like, we are making a movie here, and it was just crazy.
I can probably.
So then, Scorsese's always been one of my favorites. That's not a hot take, obviously. Like everyone loves him, but
everybody never loves him.
But so I hadn't seen Casino, and I remember both of our friend of the pod, Reed.
Shout out Reed Fry.
I remember in high school, he was like, "You haven't seen Casino? You gotta watch Casino." I was like, "Okay," and then I didn't for like years. But then I saw it on Peacock, and I was like, "Oh yeah." And the problem, I think, why I didn't want to watch it is just because it didn't look that fantastic. Like, the promotion for it's not nearly as cool as Wolf of Wall Street. We had this discussion yesterday, but like. Wolf of Wall Street ads had Black Skinhead Kanye West as the music, and they were cut crazy, and it just looked insane. Big names: Margot Robbie, Leo,
Jonah
Hill. The list goes on. That movie,
John Bernthal.
That movie, like even just looking at it, that's a crazy movie.
Good, yeah.
And Casino didn't have that for me because it just has the regulars for Scorsese, which isn't bad, but like you watch Goodfellas and then you see the same cast, and you're just like, Or, like but trust me, it's really good. one of my most favorite recent watches, actually. Like,
And you
I'm
said
still thinking about it.
It's 3 hours, but you said it doesn't have to be 3 hours. You
That
said
was my
it-
only complaint. I think I
that
might have given
that
it a 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5.
because of that reason.
Yeah, that was the only flaw. It just it seems like he wanted it to be 3 hours more than he actually had a 3-hour movie. Like, I think The Irishman, it earns its length.
Yeah,
Like, there's nothing in The
I
Irishman.
need to rewatch. I have not seen that.
Watch
in
it
a very
again.
long time.
Trust me, you'll love it. You'll love it, dude. Al Pacino's in it. Oh, it's so
All
good.
the boys are in it.
That's the movie for the boys. But yeah, Casino. It's just like it's almost identical to like Goodfellas and Wolf of Wall Street. It follows his formula. But I think I said this earlier. But just because you're retelling a story doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
It's just through a different lens, and it's the casino. It's Vegas.
Yeah.
That's what made it really cool. Is like I've seen enough of Scorsese's view of like the down and dirty New York streets and the Boston thing. You know, just like kind of grimy movies. This is not a grimy movie. It's
good.
flashy. Like it's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely tune into that if you haven't seen it. Trust me. Trust me,
I'm
guys.
gonna be watching that very soon because I'm very excited about that.
Whew.
And then I guess we can wrap it up in a little bit, but this has been just like a film episode. I guess we're just
I guess so.
So we'll talk. So
Honestly, if you here's my proposition. You
Mhm.
ready? We can cut this little part out because this is just between me and you.
yeah,
I'm
I
having
gotta
fun.
piss.
You got pissed?
Yes,
Want to take a quick break?
I'm gonna pause my.
Pause audios.
How do you do? You just press.
Press the space bar.
All right. Sorry, I had to take a little bathroom break. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, or this is gonna be part 1 of 2. I know I said in the beginning that we weren't gonna have one next week, but since we pretty much do this all the time anyways, we're just gonna keep going and have scheduled 2 uploads, so 1 for tomorrow and 1 for next week, so we won't have any content missing anyways, so that'll be good. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see y'all next week. We'll probably look the exact same. All right.
Everything's gonna be different, folks.
Yeah, no, it won't.
Catch you next time.